you don't know who Amazing Lucas is, you lucky. Like, you dodged a whole lot of headache. He just be crying, right? He's extremely woke, right? He's a loser. He's somebody I would never take seriously. And he also seems to have this disdain and hate for white people. I don't know why. I think maybe he had like an ex-girlfriend or something and she broke his heart. He just lost his mind, right? He don't like white people. And he don't like Candace Owens for some reason. It was like the two things that just constantly comes up in his videos. He has a new video where he's once again disrespecting and going after white people. Let's check it out. I'm gonna give my honest opinion. Tell me what yours is down in the comment section. That's crazy. How you start off like that? How you start off like out the gate? That's crazy, bro.
Oh my goodness. So there is this video circulating the internet of, unfortunately, these black little girls singing hands on your knees, hands on your knees, hands on your knees, and a bunch of other lyrics. Now, this song, I believe is a Drake song. I had to look it up. And it's featuring Sexy Red. And you can hear...
Oh, they talking about that, what's that joint with SZA? Rich Baby Daddy song, I think it's called. Something like that. It grew on me. It's catchy. I don't think those little children need to be hearing it. But it has like a lot of old school 90s R&B inspiration, like Ghost Town DJs, Mabu, stuff like that. But you know, Sexy Red gets explicit.
What seems to be the mother in the background singing the unedited version, we'll say, okay? And you have all these black girls singing in and they dancing and they having fun and they, you know, doing hands on their knees and trying to twerk and stuff like that.
That's not appropriate. Yeah, this is not appropriate. The song, after a while, you get used to it, and it's literally just like, I don't know if they sampled Ghost Town DJs. Maybe that's why I like it so much. But after a while, it's catchy. It's catchy while you cleaning the house. Children should not be dancing and singing to this at all. Screaming and twerking. This is inappropriate, and you're recording it. With a mic?
It's absolutely disgusting. Absolutely just freaking vile.
With a mic too? Like really like rapping it?
Stuff. Now, here's the thing. Many people in the comment section are deriding the mother. That's what they're doing. They're deriding the parent, talking about, oh, this is failed parenting. You know, the parents should be horrible. The parents have failed these children.
Parents did jack up.
Having said that, I listen.
They slipping.
I will agree to an extent because I'm going to offer a different perspective. I agree.
Did the parents upload and record it? How these are babies. How do they have access to it? They're singing with a mic. The parent 100% is responsible. You crazy?
To an extent, that absolutely the parents aren't without fault. However, I will say that us as a collective have been groomed. That is exactly what has happened in this country. We have been groomed. So when you look at it from that perspective, knowing that someone has been groomed, a group of people have been groomed, you do not, as far as punish.
That word gets so overused. It's crazy. Is he blaming this bad parenting on white people? For no reason? It's gotta be a joke.
The victim.
It's gotta be a joke.
Punish the one who has been the predator. That's what you do. So in this context, this culture that has been presented in front of us, this behavior that has been applauded and shown to be good. Like, hey, this is great. And if you act like this and you do this, you can make a whole bunch of money. You can get fame. Black people did not create that. So then that made me think, well, who's the one that's grooming this community? Who's the one that's grooming the collective? Now I looked into, well, who made...
He is crazy. He is insane. Like, how do you take this and blame white people or a mother that don't know how to keep nasty music away from her children as they record and sing it with microphones. That's somehow white people's fault. This dude is insane, bro.
Made this song. Who owns the song? And it's UMG. And I looked in, well, who owns UMG? Sure enough, it's one of Ben Shapiro's friends. That's who owns it. And shockingly enough, it is not an Ethiopian Jew. Can you imagine that? Can you imagine my shock where I found out, oh, it's a white person. That's it. That's interesting. I just, okay. I think I'm starting to see a pattern here.
You see how disgusting he is? I was able to predict this. I did not watch this ahead of time. I promise you. But when you just used to just disgusting behavior and nastiness, you can tell. I knew exactly where this was going. That's crazy, bro. Wow.
Would ask of people is, yes, don't necessarily target the parent. Offer them guidance. All right. Try to assist them. Let them know, hey, this is probably not what you should be doing. I understand you may have grown up in this lifestyle and thinking this was cool, but you should want.
So we got a parent, the parents now? Bro, who gonna parent the kids? We parenting the parents. Who gonna actually parent the children though, bro? Like this sounds crazy. He pulled this one out of nowhere.
Better for your children. Now, I will say that some people are gone. They just gone. Okay, because you have to understand, it's like a slave. That's what I would argue this is. It is a form of slavery, not chattel slavery, but when it comes to indentured servitude, 100%, this is exactly what this is. Because the only difference people would want to scream at me is that, oh, how can it be slavery, Lucas, if Colin Kaepernick is making millions? How can it be slavery, Lucas, if Sexy Red is making millions? How can it be slavery if that's so dirt? Well, you have to understand, what is that million? What is that fame? All that merely is a form of what? Compensation. That's correct. And if you
slaves didn't get compensated, jackass. What's wrong with him? Slaves didn't get paid, Lucas. Once slaves started getting paid, they were no longer slaves and they were paid employees that chose to continue living on the farms. But before that, slaves didn't get paid. Slaves don't get paid. You don't get no vacation, right? You don't get millions. You don't get a bunch of fans. Right, you're not living free. Drake is doing whatever he want right now, and so is Sexy Red. Slaves, nigga, shut up. You sound crazy, bro. You sound crazy. Slaves, bro.
Go far enough. There has always been compensation. Always has been compensation to the detriment of the collective.
Delusional,
always has been. Always. You can go from the house to the field, Negro. Compensation. However you want to, whatever form of currency that compensation is in, whether it's a warm bed, whether it's you going to the city untouched, whether it's you being able to stay up past a certain hours while everyone else had to be, in the house by then, whether all forms of compensation. The only difference now is that instead of, you go into the house, now they're giving you a check, but the outcome is still the same.
No, instead of going to the house, they're giving you a check. Yo, there's no way. Does he listen back to these videos before he put them out? That sounds so ass backwards, bro. That sounds so ass backwards.